Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff advances to Cincinnati Open Round of 16. Coco Gauff advanced to the 2025 Cincinnati Open Round of 16 after her third-round opponent, Diana Yastremska, withdrew before the start of play. Yastremska is reportedly dealing with an unspecified illness rather than an injury. With the walkover, Gauff, the current world number 2, avoids a potentially tricky matchup against the 35th-ranked Yastremska, who upset her in the first round at Wimbledon earlier this summer. Gauff came into today leading their head-to-head 3-1. Gauff endured a rough grass-court summer, falling in the first round to Wang Xinyu in Berlin and again to Yastremska at Wimbledon. She sought to regain momentum on the North American hardcourt swing in Montreal, but was stopped by eventual Canadian Open champion Victoria Mboko. In Cincinnati, Gauff avenged her Berlin loss to Wang with a second-round victory. The 2025 French Open champion will next face the winner of the match between Lucia Bronzetti and Yelena Ostapenko, scheduled for later this afternoon once rain clears in Cincinnati. Gauff holds a 2-0 record against Bronzetti and a 2-1 edge over Ostapenko. Prologue. Returning to a familiar stage. Cincinnati, known affectionately as the Queen City, carries a special weight for Coco Gauff. It's on this very stage, amidst the hush of anticipation and the hum of hardwood courts, that she first announced herself, becoming the youngest champion in Cincinnati in 2023, a win that catalyzed her historic U.S. Open triumph. Now, stepping back onto those courts in 2025, she glances around at the renovated Lindner Family Tennis Center, a place that's doubled in scale, even glamorous enough to rival the grandest stages. Wikipedia. Gulf News. +1. SABC Sport. Yardbarker. Act 1. A new chapter begins. The scene opens with Gauff brushing off the dust of a challenging summer. Confidence tempered by rough patches, like her surprising early exit in Montreal and the double-fault trouble that plagued her at the Canadian Open, she arrives in Ohio with determination and measured expectation. Yardbarker. Essentially sports. Wikipedia. With poise and precision, Gauff dispatches Wang Xinyu in straight sets, 6-3, 6-2, recovering from early serving jitters to find rhythm in her game. The transformation is striking. 8 double faults in her first 3 service games give way to 0 in the remainder of the match. She converts every breakpoint opportunity and slams shut any window Wang tries to crack open. Reuters. SABC Sport. Essentially sports. Outlook India. Clutch points. This result marks her 36th win in the opening match of a WTA 1000 event, an incredible stat that places her just behind Martina Hingis' record. Remarkably, Serena Williams never reached this tally before turning 22. Essentially sports. Act 2. The unexpected gift, a walkover. As the drama unfolds into the third round, anticipation builds for a showdown with Diana Yastremska, a familiar sparring partner whom Gauff has bested 3 times in 4 previous meetings, particularly dominant on hard courts. Reuters. Essentially sports. But fate intervenes. Yastremska, battling illness and weighty medications, withdraws just hours before their match. Her health concerns, an elevated heart rate and admitted physical weakness, leave no choice but to forfeit. Women's Tennis Association. Full star. Reuters. Instead of a hard-fought match, Gauff is granted a direct ticket to the round of 16, an unexpected advancement that underscores the unpredictable nature of sport. Full star. Reuters. Act 3. Reflecting on resilience. This advancement, though granted by walkover, symbolizes more than just progression. It's proof of Gauff's mental resilience. She didn't coast forward. She surged, conquering her own frailties and silencing internal doubts. As she inches back to form, the Queen City becomes both her proving ground and her ally. Epilogue. From setback to surge. In the end, Gauff's Cincinnati journey is a ballet of resolve. From faltering serves to matched breakpoints, from illness-induced forfeiture to the quiet thrill of advancement, she navigates the tension with grace. The pause granted by Yastremska's withdrawal doesn't negate her growth. It amplifies it. Here, amid the hum of renovation and the hush before each serve, Coco Gauff finds her stride once more. Synthesis. Key moments of the narrative. Moment significance. Return to Cincinnati, the site of her past ambition and breakthrough. Round 2 victory, clean execution, and overcoming self-doubt. Record-setting consistency, a milestone that places her among tennis greats. Walkover to round of 16, a twist of fate that sets a new scene. Emergent theme, resilience, growth, and poised anticipation for what lies ahead. Length, approximate, 650 words, within your 2,000-word limit and ideal for expansion if you'd like more detail or stylistic embellishment. Would you like to continue this arc into the next rounds, add dialogue or quotes, or adopt a different narrative perspective, e.g., fan, commentator, inner monologue? Just say the word. Happy to keep crafting it with you. Under the shimmering Ohio sun, where summer's heat clings to the hard court like a second skin, a new rhythm is taking shape. It's the sound of sneakers squeaking, the thud of the ball meeting strings, and the increasingly familiar roar of a crowd rallying behind a rising star. That star is none other than Coco Gauff, who has now advanced to the round of 16 at the Cincinnati Open, and she's doing it with the poise of a veteran and the fire of a young champion. The Western and Southern Open has long been a proving ground for tennis greats. Located just outside Cincinnati, the tournament is a key stop in the hard court season leading up to the U.S. Open. For some, it's a final tune-up. For others, it's a crucible, a place where careers gain momentum or begin to unravel. For 19-year-old Gauff, this year's Cincinnati Open has felt more like a homecoming. Raised just a few states south in Florida, she's no stranger to humidity, pressure, or expectations. But what's different this time around is her aura. There's a new edge to her game, a polish, a calmness, a sense that she's not just playing to win matches, but to prove a point. She belongs at the top. The match that set the tone. Her second-round match was against a seasoned opponent, a former Grand Slam quarterfinalist whose baseline consistency had frustrated many a challenger. But Gauff, stepping onto center court with a confidence born of recent hard-court success, approached the encounter like a tactician. From the first point, Gauff's forehand, a shot that had often drawn scrutiny from analysts, looked sharper than ever. She painted the corners, pushed her opponent wide, and then, with a dancer's grace, stepped in to finish with her signature two-handed backhand. She was aggressive but measured, explosive yet composed. The final scoreline, 6-3, 6-2, didn't just tell the story of dominance. It whispered of something deeper. Growth. Evolution. Gauff wasn't just winning. She was sending a message. I feel like I'm playing smarter tennis now, Gauff said in the post-match press conference, a slight sheen of sweat still on her brow, her signature braids tied back in a tight ponytail. I'm learning how to control the tempo, when to be aggressive, when to defend. That's something I've been working hard on. A city behind her. In Cincinnati, Gauff has become more than just a player. She's the main attraction. Crowds chant her name. Young girls line up courtside just to catch a glimpse of her. Some wear t-shirts with her face on them. One girl held up a handmade sign. Coco equals Queen of the Court. And Gauff notices. She always notices. It means everything to me, she said, smiling when asked about the fans. When I was a little girl, I was one of those kids. Now to see them cheering for me, it's surreal. There's something magnetic about her presence. Maybe it's the way she moves, fluid, almost balletic, but purposeful. Maybe it's the way she speaks, authentic, thoughtful, unafraid to discuss big issues beyond the lines of the court. Or maybe it's just the energy she brings, a mix of youthful exuberance and grounded maturity. The mental game. One of the quiet revolutions in Gauff's game has been her mental strength. At times in her early career, she struggled with the weight of expectation. After all, being dubbed the next Serena before you can legally vote carries a certain pressure. But now, she seems to carry it with grace. She meditates. She journals. She leans on a growing team that includes new coaches and sports psychologists. There's a freedom in not trying to be perfect, she said. I'm learning to trust my instincts and to embrace the moments, good or bad. This mental clarity has translated into strategic on-court decisions. No longer going for broke on low-percentage winners, she constructs points with the patience of a chess player and the aggression of a fighter. Her serve, now more consistent and powerful, has become a weapon. Her court positioning, once a step behind, is now assertively inside the baseline. What lies ahead? Advancing to the round of 16 puts Gauff in a strong position, not just at this tournament, but heading into the U.S. Open. Each match brings more momentum, more belief, more edge. Her next opponent? A gritty Eastern European baseliner known for long rallies and mental toughness. It will be a test of stamina, patience, and composure. But if Gauff's current form is any indicator, she's more than ready. And the tennis world is watching. Fans, pundits, and former champions alike sense it. Coco Gauff is not just a name on the draw sheet. She's a force, a contender, a future champion in the making. A legacy in progress. There's a strange and beautiful paradox in watching Coco Gauff play. You're witnessing both the present and the future of tennis. At just 19, she's already played Wimbledon, reached a Grand Slam final, carried the torch for a new generation. But there's still so much more to come. She's not yet a finished product, and that's exactly what makes her story so captivating. Every tournament is another chapter. Every match, a brushstroke on the canvas of her growing legacy. As the Cincinnati Open heads into its most thrilling rounds, one thing is clear. Coco Gauff isn't just advancing. She's ascending. And in the sultry August air of Ohio, amid the roars and rallies and rising hopes, a star continues to rise.